what has really stood out in this IPL is the way the youngsters have responded under pressure. It's not an easy place to play in, like I think I got all the four right because I know a little bit of astrology. Why I'm saying is RR is so dangerous because they've been winning consistently without Buttler performing. If I was him, obviously I'd be very disappointed that I lost her. And I feel the top three Indian batting are pretty one-dimensional. So I think Bumrah will go really well. Exciting times ahead for India.
What is the one trend or pattern this season which has impressed or disappointed you?
I think what has really impressed me is how the youngsters have really stood up. We started off with Badoni, Tilak Verma, and Abhinav Manohar did very well. And the fast bowlers have been superb. The left-arm fast bowlers, you speak about Moshin Khan, Dayal, Mukesh Chowdhury. And what has really stood out in this IPL is the way the youngsters have responded under pressure. It's not an easy place to play in, because I've been a part of it as a youngster. It's not that easy, but the way they've taken responsibility and from the first game itself, they've come and, showed what they're capable of. I think every team has two youngsters which they can be really proud of. With CSK, you had Mukesh, even with Mumbai, you had Tilak Verma. KKR has had a couple of good youngsters. Sunrise, Abhishek Sharma played well. Then even with RCB, so all teams have really stood. And Gujarat, Abhinav has been good. Lucknow, Badoni, although he's not been really good in the second half. Sai Kishore has started off well. So youngsters have really stood up, which is good for Indian cricket. I think if they have the belief that they belong there, and that really saves a lot of time. So that's very good to see. And I think it's only going to get better. I think this will inspire a lot of youngsters to come in and have the faith that yes, I can do well from the first game itself, and it's just about getting the mind right, which a lot of youngsters are doing. So, which is very good to see. I think that's been fantastic in this year's IPL. A lot of youngsters have really stood up and really made a difference for their franchises.
We have released a video yesterday where you had predicted all the 4 playoff teams during various interviews. Who is the pick for your final?
I think I got all the 4 right because I know a little bit of astrology. No, I was just joking. But on a serious note, I think my finals would be RR and RCB. Like I said, RR have really surprised me the way they have played, and I'm very happy to see them because they've always been a young side and they've given a lot of opportunities to youngsters. They have persisted with players like Dian Parag, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Devdutt Padikkal. All these guys have done very well for them. So great side. I think Sangakkara has really, made a big difference to the way they play the game, the brand of cricket in which they play. Ashwin, I think, has really stepped up. Ashwin has made a big difference to their team with regard to bowling, batting, and just being there. Adding value as a senior. So I think that's also very important because Sanju Samson, the young captain, and we have leaders who are experienced. It makes a big difference. Josh Buttler has been a little quiet, but still he's orange cap holder. So again, I think it's going to be Kamat the man, Kamat the. I think big players do deliver the big stage, and Josh Buttler just will deliver for them. So if that's going to happen, I think why I'm saying is RR is so dangerous because they've been winning consistently without Buttler performing. Okay, I think that is a big factor. The first half they won a lot of games because singularly Buttler was doing amazing things for them. But even without Buttler doing well, they have shown that they are a fantastic side. And same with RCB. Without Kohli doing well, they've been winning a lot. So both teams, I think, are on par. RR, like I just said in the previous answer, they seem a more balanced unit now. But RCB have still not played their best game. And if RCB can get their best game, imagine Virat, Glenn Maxwell and DK, all together scoring at strike rates of 150 above. I think it will be a curtains for the opposition. So, that's one thing which can happen. But, RR RCB final for me.
DK has been picked up for the national team. I can see that you are smiling already. What would you like to say on that?
Very happy. I think as a friend first and as a former teammate, played with Dinesh for many years. Know him inside out actually as a player from the under 16, under 19 days to state level IPLs and different levels. Traveled a lot together, spent a lot of time together. Obviously, he just kept going up and up, and I'm really happy to see that he's really done justice to his potential. Always felt that he's a player of immense possibilities. Hard-working player, and like I said, he's not had it easy. Okay, he's had a very tough ride. But again, it's been a great story. Persistence does matter, and somebody who just kept working on his game all the way along. He always invested a lot. He spent a lot of time getting better each and every day, and when it comes, it really comes in a big way. So I'm very happy for him, and I'm not surprised because, like I always said, he had the potential, and he started winning games for his side. I think first step is to do well against South Africa, and then I'm sure if he does well, his experience, he's very fit. He's also a very, very good leader, so I think he can be among the leadership group, and I think he'll do great in a place like Australia, which will suit his batting style.
Umran Malik has been picked up for T20A squad. One can't help but think of Varun Chakravarti and his failures in T20 World Cup. What do you think of this scenario?
I think he just needs to do what he's doing. As simple as that. It may sound simple, but obviously getting a national call-up is a big thing. But nowadays, that's a good thing. The pattern is not you have to go through the grind. If you're really good and the selectors are convinced, they give you a go straight away. Same thing happened to Varun Chakravarti also. So he didn't play any domestic cricket. He did well in the Syed Mushtaaq Trophy, IPL, CMQs, and then he was straight away picked. And same, Bumrah has the speed. People have been talking about it. I'm sure he'll do well in Australia. How he's going to use the speed is going to be very, very interesting because sometimes speed can also work against you, which we saw a lot of really good fast bowlers get hit once in a way. So I think he needs to be smart. I think he seems to be a very, very a sensible kid, very fit, and he knows what to do. So I think IPL experience, like I've told before, IPL, if you do well, it's like playing a world level game. You're bowling to the best players in the world. So once you make the step into the Indian team is not going to be that difficult. So I think Umran will go really well. Exciting times ahead for India. And like I said, he's another person we really spoke about. Left-arm fast bowlers. Umran has been fantastic this year. He's bowled very well. I think he's taken the responsibility well. He's used his speed well. And I think Australia will get more speed, more bowlers. So I think a good captain plays a very, very important role. I'll be very, very interested to see how Rohit uses him. Rohit has, been a fantastic captain, but I think these kind of players, a leader is very, very important for them. I'm sure Rohit will do his homework and, take good care of him. But again, good. An Indian bowler bowling 150 is, very, very satisfactory to see. I think Munaf was very, very quick. At one time, we had 3-4 really quick bowlers. Zahir used to bowl 140 plus. Ajit Agarkar was quick. Munaf. And then there was a small quiet period for a while, and then you had the Shamis, Bumrahs coming in, and I think we have not looked back at all, and I think we have been taking care of our fast bowlers very well. Bumrah is right up there. I just wish him the very best.
Shikhar Dhawan seems to be a surprising omission from the T20 squad. Is 460 runs in a season not enough?
I think it's not a matter of the runs. I think Shikhar has been a fantastic player, and what I think maybe the selectors missed out was, I think Shikhar has done very well in ICC tournaments and he bats very well in Australia. So I think that's something maybe, they could have kept him as a third opener, left-right combination, all these things matter. So, and he's still fit, he's been doing well. If I was him, obviously I'd be very, very disappointed that, I lost her. And I feel the top three Indian batting are pretty one-dimensional. You see Virat, KL and Rohit are similar players, and then you have people like Rishabh, all these guys coming in. So maybe Shikhar could have added a little bit of variety in the top order. But I think it's been a hard call. And I think the sensible thing is not to, the good thing they didn't give him a chance against South Africa and then make him sit out. I think he's played a lot of cricket. If he needs to be picked, I think he'll be picked straight for the World Cup. I don't think he needs to be tested anymore. He's been tested a lot. He's a proven customer. So I think the selectors may have a choice of having Shikhar, although I think there are talks that Rahul has spoken to him and maybe he said it's going to be difficult for him, but I think I rate Shikhar very highly. He's been a fantastic player. Maybe if he had some kind of all-round ability, he would have gotten to the side, but very unfortunate.